Chapter 6 A Handful of Grains. The children were now getting used to a new life. They were learning to tackle the challenges life posed and were helping each other as the days progressed. The next morning, Anushka's chores included bringing flowers from the garden for Ajji. When she went to the garden, she saw a beautiful rose. Then her eyes fell on a jasmine flower, and then champaka flowers growing on a tree. She thought of climbing the tree, but a few seconds later, she saw bakula flowers on the ground and gave up. She got confused about which flowers to pick and sat on the ground, staring at the beautiful choices of flowers around her. 20 minutes later, Ajji walked into the garden looking for her. "Did you finish gathering the flowers?" she asked. "I wanted to, but what happened?" "My hand started to hurt." Anushka tried to make an excuse. "No, I meant my leg started to hurt." "Really?" grimaced Ajji, knowing full well that Anushka was not suffering any pain at all. "Should I tell Kamu Ajji to massage your leg?" No, replied Anushka quickly. "You don't pick flowers with your leg. I know you are making excuses." "Come on now, you aren't Champa." "Who is Champa?" asked Anushka. "I'll tell you all a quick story. But then you must gather the flowers, Anushka. After that, I must go finish some other work," said Ajji. Anushka nodded her head vigorously and called out to all the other children. She yelled, Come, Ajji is telling us a story. You can help me gather the flowers while she is talking." Champa was a little girl who lived in a village with her parents. She would spend most of her time playing with a little mouse called Minnie. Her mother would often get upset at this. She would scold her, "Why are you wasting your time with a little mouse? After all, it is a small animal that is of no use." Champa, however, would never listen. One day, while playing with Minnie, her mother called out to her and said, "Champa, it is almost time for lunch. Bring me some dry wood from the backyard. I can only cook after you bring me the wood." Champa felt hungry, so she immediately went to the backyard to fetch some wood. But alas, the wood there was half wet. There was no dry wood at all. "Why is the wood wet even in the scorching summer?" Champa wondered aloud. To her surprise, a log of wood spoke to her. "Oh, Champa, I would have dried and been of some use to your family. But look at the grass around me. It hasn't been cut or cleared in ages. That is why there's always shade here. And the sun's rays don't reach me at all." Champa was surprised at the log's words, and she glanced down at the grass surrounding the wood. It was true. The moment she looked at the grass spoke. "Oh, what can I do? I don't get the sun's rays either, and that is why I am wet." Champa looked up at the skies. The sun was not shining brightly and said, "I wish I could send enough heat to reach the grass, but the clouds are blocking my rays." Champa now understood what was going on. She looked at the cloud. "I wish I could move ahead and allow the sun's rays through," said the clouds, "but the wind blows me this way." She looked at the wind, who said, "I'm sorry, but I'm helpless. Your king has built such a big palace that it has forced me to change my direction. Moreover, it has blocked the door right at the top of the palace. If he opens the door, I can pass." In the far distance, Champa saw the king standing on a balcony in the palace. She could see the shadow of a door at the top. She looked at the king, who said, I wish I could open that door, but the queen hasn't given permission to do so. Champa looked at the queen. She was sitting near the door with a parrot nearby. The queen said, "That is my special room, and I don't have time to open the door because I am busy listening to the stories of this parrot who has come from a distant land." Champa looked at the parrot. The bird was so different and beautiful. Usually, parrots are green with red beaks. This parrot, however, was multicolored. For a few seconds, she forgot herself and stared at the parrot. The parrot said, "I live in a land far, far away on a green tree that has plenty of flowers and fruits through the year. One branch of the tree is bent very close to the water in a lake. The lord of the lake scares me. He keeps threatening me to drown the branch. So I flew away in search of a home and came here. I know countless stories and I have seen beautiful things. So I stay, tell stories, and describe those things to the queen. Still, home is home and I miss it." Champa thought of the land far, far away and the lake that the parrot had mentioned. Suddenly, the lake and its lord appeared in her vision. The lord said, "I am always in danger from an elephant who threatens to drink all my water and turn me dry every time he is upset. So I get frustrated and I am mean to the little bird that sits near me on the branch of the tree." Champa's thoughts turned to the elephant. He appeared in her mind, worried. He said, "I am a gentle vegetarian and I like to keep to myself most of the time. I like to spend time with my family. And I don't have any enemies. So I have might. I don't use it unless it is required. Unfortunately, there is a serpent that wants to bite me. He sits on my tail sometimes and I can't get him off me no matter what I do. He hisses and intimidates me so much. I am not upset with the lake, but on some days I just want to go into the lake and drown myself in the waters. I want to drink all the water and spray it on my whole body in the hope that the serpent will wash away. In my heart, I love the lake. It gives me cool water, especially during the summer. But I don't know how else to try and get rid of the serpent." Champa was surprised. Even the mighty elephant was scared of a serpent. The serpent then appeared in her thoughts and started to shed tears. He said, "I don't want to harm anyone. I enjoy living far from civilization, but people want to kill me the moment they see me. Besides, I am a non-poisonous snake. But my size is huge. There's a mouse in a potter's shop nearby, and I would love to eat it and satisfy my hunger. But she disappears so quickly. She is the only mouse I have seen in this area. I can eat other things, but eating a mouse is a feast. Every time I try to find her, the potter comes with a stick and tries to slaughter me. That's when I get scared and find refuge on the elephant's tail. A potter is no match to an elephant's strength." Champa then thought of the potter. He was speaking to his wife. "The serpent has ruined all the work that I did this month. Just the other day I found him hiding under the pots. I tried to shoo him away, but he upset my pots and broke most of them. We cannot take the risk of letting a serpent roam around the house. We have a baby after all, and I'm worried that the wily snake will cause harm. I will continue searching for him under the heaps of pots where it is cooler. I'm sure he finds it comfortable to stay there and hide." Suddenly, Champa noticed a mouse sitting in the corner of the house. The mouse whispered, "These people don't know that the serpent comes to eat me. But I am smarter than the snake, so I go and hide under one of the pots in a tiny hole. The serpent looks for me everywhere and breaks many pots. Anyway, I come to the potter's house only to find 4 grains of rice to eat. If I get them from elsewhere, I won't ever need to go to the potter's house again." Hearing that, Champa turned and ran inside her house. She brought a handful of rice and gave it to Meanie. In her mouth, she spoke to the mouse sitting in the potter's house. "I am giving some rice to Minnie. She will give this to you. Eat 4 grains a day, but don't trouble anyone anymore. When the rice is finished, tell Minnie, and I will send you more." The mouse was happy and thanked Champa. Minnie ran off to give the rice to the mouse. The serpent never saw the mouse after that, and so he stopped going into the potter's house. He went to another forest in search of another mouse. The potter was happy that his pots and his family was safe. The elephant, too, was happy to be left alone now that the serpent was gone. He thanked the Lord of the lake and promised not to trouble him anymore. The Lord was happy and sent a message to the parrot. "Your family has been our companion for generations, so come back. Just don't make your hole in the branch that nearly touches the water. Instead, do it a little higher so that we can all coexist and live together." The bird thanked the queen and decided to go back home to the tree. The queen wanted to give the parrot some jewelry, but he refused. "No, I don't need jewels. You have taken care of me all these days, and I have enjoyed my stay. I will take memories of our time together home with me. Goodbye. I will go now," he said, and flew away. With the bird's departure, the queen had a lot of time to spare. She realized that she hadn't opened the door at the top of the palace for a long time, which the king had been asking her to do for a while now. She opened the door, and a strong gust of wind came through and pushed the clouds. The clouds floated away, and the sun started shining brightly. The grass below got plenty of sunshine and soon became dry, as did the wood sitting on it. Champa's mother came out of the house soon after and saw Champa standing in the backyard, doing nothing. She nudged her. "Hey, Champa, I asked you to bring firewood. What are you doing here? Daydreaming?" "Mother, you don't know where I have been. Do you know that 4 grains of rice can change the world? Please give me a handful of rice every week. My Minnie should not suffer like the others." Champa's mother had no idea what her daughter was talking about. But like a mother does, she smiled and gave her a handful of rice.